Hi, it's Kaylin, and I am back with a short video on DNFing books. So I'm reading this book right now, and it is called The Girl in Alfred Hitchcock's Shower, and it's by Robert Graysmith. This is a true crime book, and to be honest with you, the premise of the book is much different than what's actually inside here. And basically, I am halfway through it, a little over halfway through it, and I'm ready to just throw in the towel because it is very, very different than what is written on the back. This is supposed to be a true crime book about the woman who was Janet Leigh's body double in the movie Psycho, and apparently a crazy psycho killer in real life murdered this body double slash actress, and he was a lot like Norman Bates' character, the character Norman Bates. He was a kind of a loner type, and he lived with his mother, and he had mommy issues. And so I went into this thinking, oh wow, that's kind of a big story, and I'd like to know more about that. Was there like a real life psycho who was obsessed with this movie and who was drawn to murder this woman? And so I picked up the book and started reading it, and the more and more I get into it, the less and less it really is about this true crime story, and more about a lot of other details that really have nothing to do with a true crime story, and are just very, very, very off the mark from what this book is really advertising itself to be. And so anyway, I'm not going to get into the details because I don't want to spoil anything for those of you who might be interested in this book. However, I wouldn't really recommend it because it talks a whole lot more about this woman's career as a nude model and her working with Playboy and Hugh Hefner and a bunch of other models that were nude models. Then it really does talk about this woman and this other man who allegedly killed her. It goes back and forth between the two stories, between her story and his story, and I've gone through half of it, and there's really not a whole lot of connection between the two stories. And so I am just waiting and waiting and waiting until for something to really resemble what is advertised on the back of this book. And so anyway, long story short, I am thinking of giving this book up. And the problem I'm having with it is that I don't like to give up on books. I might set them down for a while, but I always kind of intend to go back to them most of the time. There are exceptions where I've just ditched a book and said, no way. But I've gotten so far into this that I almost feel like if I don't read it, that somehow I'm failing, which is ridiculous, because really what's happening is that I'm recognizing a book that doesn't work for me, that is misrepresented, and the writing is not bad. It's claiming to be something that it's not, and that's really deceptive and I think unfair to the reader. So I really am very, very close to putting this down and giving myself more time to read the books I actually really want to read. So I just wanted to know what your opinion was on DNFing. Do you often put down books and forget about them when you are not enjoying them, when they're not working for you? Do you force yourself to finish a book no matter what? What are your rules when it comes to this, if you have any rules? Because I think I'm about to start changing my own as far as not wasting my time on books that are just frankly not very good. And I want to leave myself more time to get to the books that I want to. And I'd really like to spend more time on those. So I think when I do my July wrap up, I will let you know whether or not I finished this or whether I'm giving this up. I think you can tell which way I'm leaning. So anyway, if you have any thoughts on this, let me know in the comments. Are there any books that you've DNF'd this year? And did you feel bad about it? Do you feel great? It gave me more time to read really good books. Let me know in the comments, and I will be back with a new video soon. And thank you for listening to this rant. And I look forward to hearing your opinions. See you next time. Bye.